hernia, this is talking about an inguinal hernia, and that's just a big word for a hernia that's located in the groin. Normally the testicles in development actually start up by your kidneys. So they actually start out inside the abdominal cavity, and then they actually drop into the scrotum. And as it drops and goes into the scrotum, there's this little ring in the abdomen that normally it closes behind it, and then so you don't have a hernia. If that remains open, then you have a hernia. And sometimes it can be really small, so just fluid gets in. And so the symptoms would be that the testicle gets bigger at certain times of day and then gets smaller, or that hole can still remain large, and so then bowel and everything can kind of come down and then kind of go in and out of the abdominal cavity. The problem would be is that if the bowel or abdominal contents get out of that hole and then isn't able to come back in, and then sometimes they can swell, and then that becomes more of an emergency situation if we can't get it back in. This is a really common thing that we see a lot, and so we repair a lot of these. And I would say that there are certain types of hernias, like an umbilical hernia, that we sometimes wait and let them try to close on their own until about school age. However, if we see a groin bulge or hear a story that is really convincing or really suspicious of having an inguinal hernia, then we're more likely to repair those a little bit sooner. This is still an elective outpatient procedure, and so we talk to the parents about strict return precautions, or that if they notice it go out and it's not soft and squishy anymore and it becomes hard, if the skin overlying it becomes red, if they start vomiting a lot or unable to go to the bathroom to go poop, then that would be something really concerning that we'd want to know about and that they would need to come in and be seen. Girls do get hernias, and sometimes we actually find that I guess they can have bowel out, but sometimes they can also have an ovary out. And so then we go in there, we repair it, we obviously bring the ovary back in. And girl hernias are actually much easier. There are a couple ways that we can treat these. We can do this as a laparoscopic procedure. And the best part about a laparoscopic procedure is that because we're on the inside of the abdomen, we can actually, if it's just one-sided, we can actually still look at the other side because we're down in that same direction. And so sometimes we find that they actually do have bilateral hernias instead of just one side. And then the other way that we repair these would be as an open procedure. So make an incision right over that area, and then we're able to repair them.